All right, we got to profile Mr. Najee Harris for the 2021 NFL draft class. The senior, he decided to stick around for his senior year. Former Alabama receiver Mac Hereford breaking things down. You know Najee pretty well. He's a beloved young man and has become even more so in his career at Alabama. He decided to come back for his senior year. We've seen some of the things he's been able to accomplish. Really came into his own, I guess I would say, in 2019. I know there was some concern earlier in his playing career that maybe he wasn't getting as many touches as he wanted. He kind of had to sit and wait his turn, and maybe some disappointment. And then he really came on strong in 2019 and 2020. Give us your take on Najee Harris, because you guys are pretty good friends and you talk to him a good bit.
Yeah, so Najee Harris, like me, he's a baby of 5, so
Aww.
immediately, I became friends with him, but my mom and his mom became close, and he just got a great family. But when you talk about the guy, just in general, without all the athletic side to it or the football specific side, just his love for community service sticks out to me. He's out in the community a lot in Tuscaloosa area, and there's a lot of guys who'll go out there real quick or something. Najee's going and doing this like every day, every week, and he just loves doing it, and he really enjoys it. He doesn't want any spotlight for doing it. He just loves that. He likes to do it, and he loves he enjoys helping the community. And I find it funny because like when we're out at those events or whatnot, like one time a picture guy came up to him and he actually asked for the camera so he could take pictures, which just shows he's a goofy guy and enjoys off the field doing things for other people, and he's got a cool way of doing about it.
Yeah, and it was interesting getting to know Najee. I actually traveled to Hawaii with he and Tua when they went back for the national championship celebration. It was just kind of fun getting to know him and his mom, Tiana, and definitely, as you mentioned, loves to cut up, loves to have a good time, but can also, he'll shoot you straight when he needs to, right? But we were out there and they were throwing the ball around and just really having a good time. And it's always fun to see guys, off the football field and kind of get to know him like that. And also, just seeing how he really stepped up to the plate this last year when it came to really standing up for his team and his community on the social justice front, really stepping up and, being a vocal leader. And it's something that Najee, knowing Najee, and maybe you can tell me differently, earlier in his career, there was a lot of times, not that he wants really the media attention, but he would kind of shy away from the camera. But I do feel like he used his platform in a very positive way, really in, his junior and even more so in his senior season.
Yeah, I would just say that this is one thing about him is that Najee's going to be Najee. And that's like one thing that I love, and it kind of, I think sometimes the media stuff he may have been shy to it or whatnot because of the fact that I feel like he might feel restricted at times, and he's just a person who wants to be real. Like that's who he is. He speaks on things that really he cares about. He'll go out there and work and do community service because he cares for the community and he actually wants to go do those things. And so that might have contributed to that earlier on, but definitely has become was a leader when he stepped into, coming to Alabama, but grew more and more into that role as time went on.
Okay, we talk about his athleticism. 6'2", 230 pounds. He's got the build. He has continued to grow. He's really emerged. Just his physicality, his athleticism. I think we saw him really transition from his earlier years at Alabama and really took the Alabama program and everything it has to offer to his full advantage, right? To really grow in that aspect. What do you see from him on the field that just sets him apart when you say, man, this guy's going to go out and do big things in the NFL?
Yeah, well, I think you see guys, it's one rare that you see guys at that size have the speed that he does, but also the ability to, not only, powerhouse through somebody, but also juke someone out. And then, and specifically, I go back to 2019 South Carolina game. He's, coming around the corner, truck sticks a guy, and then hurdles a guy. And it's how is someone able to do this? But I think the reason he is able to do that is because, we talk about off the field preparation. We always I asked him about, is hot yoga important or whatever? Because Najee is one of the most flexible people I've ever, seen.
Wow.
He takes care of his body better than probably any other player I've seen. He's in the, training room before and after practice, stretching, doing yoga. And I think that's a really cool thing,
cool.
When guys do that. But along with those things, just his ability to make catches. When you're looking at a guy playing in the NFL, running backs are having to become more versatile. So you want a guy who can catch the ball, run the ball, block, Najee can do all those things, but he can catch extremely well, which will definitely set him apart.
And where would you say, if you look at him from when he came in as a freshman to where he's at now, I mean, what stands out to you in terms of where he's really improved his game and his skill set?
I think when he came in and, in those first couple of years, the pressure of he didn't get as many carries as he may have wanted. And that's like a thing that a lot of running backs have to do at Alabama. And so when he was getting in there at times, I personally felt like he was trying so hard to make that big play happen. And when he started to kind of come more into that role and they gave him more carries, it was like he just got to be Najee.
Yeah.
And just Najee is what it makes him special. That's what makes him so good. And that's what's, he's just continued to ball out as time's going on.
I love that. Just Najee, right? Interesting you say that. So obviously Alabama just had its pro days. They had 2 pro days, and this last one, I guess his flight got canceled and he decided to just jump in the car and drive to cheer on his teammates. I mean, what does that say about his character?
Like I've said before, he's that kind of guy who, if he wants to do something, if he cares about something, he's really going to go and show it. He's not going to just say like, oh, I care about this or I care about that. He actually likes to go out and do the community service, support his teammates, and it just shows the kind of guy he is with his teammates. He really does care, and always made me feel like that, and other guys as well. So it's a special thing that will be an extra attribute that teams will love to have.
And lastly, have you heard about the clothing line that he's working on?
I have not heard about it, but I can just assure you that it's probably going to be something just crazy cool and unique, because that's how Najee is. He's just awesome, and he's just I think it'll be something awesome. I can't wait to see it.
Well, you need to make sure you hit him up and try to get us some free swag.
I'll be
I'd
sporting
appreciate
it.
that. Will you, please?
I definitely will. I'll hit him up.
All right, sounds good. Download the Milo's mobile app today and receive a free cheeseburger after your first purchase.